Well, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2017. And good riddance to 2016. What a strange year that was. So many different ways. Of course, the elections come to mind. Two least popular candidates in, well, certainly my lifetime, probably a lot longer than that. And also, what a strange year personally. So in this year, I decided to move back from Florida to Maine, my home state, and so that was kind of a highlight, although the process was interesting. The sale of our old house in Florida was quite difficult. Our real estate agent, who had been in the business more than 30 years, said it was the most difficult buyer she'd ever dealt with, which I can believe. He was really, really difficult, and the sale involved threats of lawsuits, and until the very last minute we weren't sure it was going to go through. And of course we were doing all this remotely since we'd already moved up here by that point. The move itself was interesting. Lots of stuff to move across country, a very long distance from Florida to Maine. And got in a major auto wreck on the way. Rolled over twice in a van. But luckily myself and the animals that were with me did very well. I walked away with just a couple of bruises. The animals had some scrapes. Luckily, my wife and my younger daughter were in a different vehicle following behind, but she saw the whole thing and said it was terrifying. And my oldest daughter was up here with her grandmother. So, boy, that was an adventure. Then we got stuck in Florida for several days while dealing with that accident. So like everything was kind of one step forward, two steps back, it seemed like. And then since we've been here, I've really enjoyed being in Maine, although it's been just so busy getting things ready or trying to get things ready. And then my youngest, who has medical problems anyway, ended up in the hospital 5 times since July. Most recently for over 3 weeks. She was down at Boston Children's, which really is challenging for me during these times. It's sort of like, we have 2 daughters, but during these times it's sort of like we become single parents of 1 kid each, and that's not so easy sometimes, but we get through it. So finally Thursday, my daughter was released from the hospital. Very excited about that. My wife drove home Thursday during a winter storm. Winter Storm Fortis, I think it was the unofficial name for it. And then we proceeded to lose power for several days. So I was like, oh, well, things will be back to normal. Oh, power's out. So yeah, it's been quite an interesting year. So the storm, the reason I have these candles here is because of the power outage, although I am kind of cheating. One moment. Okay, so I'm cheating a little bit because the power actually came back on. I was going to do a video last night by candlelight or LED candlelight. Well, the power was still off, and then I didn't expect the power to be back on until maybe tomorrow night, so we were kind of lucky. So I was going to do it by candlelight tonight, but luckily the power's back on. So I was cheating a little bit there. But yeah, what a snowstorm. It was, at the peak there were 140,000 customers without power between the 2 major power companies in the state. We had 13 inches of snow here, which isn't a huge amount. I think the peak amount in the state was 29 inches. So 29 inches is like 75 centimeters. 13 inches is like 33 centimeters. Not a huge amount necessarily for here, but it snowed a little bit, an inch or 2. Then it rained a little bit, made everything wet and sticky. And then it got cold again, that froze, and then it snowed a whole lot. So very wet snow, which stuck to everything. It was very windy, so it was sticking to everything, the sides of trees. It's just like glue, very heavy, weighed everything down, broke lots of trees, and took out power lines. So yeah, and my wife, my daughter was released from the hospital Thursday morning, so my wife drove home through the early part of the storm without snow tires because she's been away for so long. We hadn't gotten around to getting her tires on her vehicle, so that was exciting, a little scary. And yeah, so with all this these outages, 140,000 in the state, there were some counties that were hit worse than ours, but we were kind of up there in this county. And our town in particular was one of the hardest hit. 90% of the town lost power. I checked a few hours ago, and it was still 10% of the town was without power. We're the only town in the state, or in this county rather, that still has people without power, and they're expecting they may not have it fully restored until tomorrow evening. So it's now, late Saturday, early Sunday, really. So we had no power for 36 hours. I do have a generator, fortunately, so that was, not a problem. We had a generator from Florida because of hurricanes, so we were pretty well prepared for that. Had gotten some gas. And the house, luckily, was pre-wired. When we bought it, it had already a transfer switch, and a manual transfer switch, and a generator hookup on the outside. So a lot less challenging than it could have been. We were able to run the boiler and the well pump and miscellaneous other things. Some lights in the kitchen, kind of like the common living area lights. That's about it. Not a lot of things, but like the core things are there. Oh, and the microwave conveniently was on it. So yeah, we did have hot water and heat. I shut down the generator overnight. I turned the heat way up, got it up to 74 before shutting down the generator overnight, and then it was like when I got up this morning, and we slept in a little bit. It was like 54 or something in the house, so it wasn't horrible. And we had our Christmas today because the family was split up over the holidays. We decided to ask Santa to delay Christmas until Saturday, and he graciously did. He came last night, but yeah, that was before we knew there was going to be a storm. So it didn't worked out. Some relatives came over, and we started a little bit of a Christmas dinner cooking with the microwave, or planned to cook with the microwave, and just as they arrived, the power came back on. So kind of worked out. We were able to use the oven and everything, because we do have an electric oven, which is it draws too much for the generator. So yeah, adventurous time. So hopefully with the storm past, although it is now snowing again, we're expected to get 2 to 3 inches, I think, maybe. And so anyway, but hopefully with my daughter well again and back from the hospital, and power back on, and internet came back right away, which is a relief, and hopefully things are back to normal, and we can go back to a little bit more of a normal life, and I can finish up some of these videos that have been lingering for a while. I've got a new one here, new thing to talk about. So yep, stay tuned. Hope your 2016 was at least okay. We survived ours, and let's hope that 2017 is better. So I hope that video wasn't too depressing or sounded too whiny or whatever, because I really am pretty happy, and things have a way of working out. Selling the house was a challenge, but we got it sold. Moving, packing and moving and unpacking everything has been an ordeal, but we got through it, and now we're here. The car wreck was pretty bad and scary, but everyone was okay, and I got a new, or new to me, truck out of the deal, which I'm really liking. And my daughter was sick, but we hope this recent hospital stay we figured things out, and she'll be better now. So and we had the storm and no power for 36 hours, but here it is back on. So and it's very pretty outside. Now you may wonder why anyone would want to move from a sunny tropical climate to a place where you get snowstorms to take out the power, but this is where I grew up. This is what I love. I love the climate. I love the winter weather, and the summers are beautiful, and it's home. This is where I belong. I just enjoy it here so much, so I'm so glad to be here. And heavy snowstorms, a good nor'easter really is kind of fun, even when the power goes out and everything. It's like a fun little adventure, and it's like living on the frontier or something up here in the North Woods. So I do enjoy it, and all in all, 2016 might have had some hard times, but there are also some really good times. I got to start this channel, and looking forward to doing more. So once again, Happy New Year. If you like these videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps other people find them. And cheers. Happy 2017. Yummy.